what is bribe, and what is a profession, and who are professionals. So these are the questions that need to be clarified for understanding the conceptual part. So when moral concepts are discussed, normative and conceptual issues are closely interconnected. So next is factual or descriptive inquiries. So these inquiries are used to uncover information using scientific techniques. These inquiries get to information about business realities, history of engineering profession, procedures used in assessment of risk, and engineers' psychology. So researchers conduct factual inquiries using mathematical or statistical techniques. So this is factual inquiries. So next, the examples are: how were the benefits assessed? What are the procedures followed in risk assessment? What are short-term and long-term effects of drinking water being polluted? And who conducts the test on materials? So next topic is moral dilemma. So what is moral dilemma? So in moral dilemma means you have some controversy in taking decisions. So that is moral dilemma. So why do we study engineering ethics? So engineering ethics is not only teaching the moral behavior in knowing about what is moral or what is immoral in a set of beliefs. So it is not only teaching what is moral and what is immoral. But it also increases the ability of engineers and other professions to face boldly with moral problems arising from these problems can arise from technological advancements, changes, and other related activities. So dilemmas are certain kind of situations in which the moral reasons itself come into a conflict. Okay, so decisions are taken based on moral values, their beliefs that we saw earlier, but sometimes these reasons itself come into a conflict. So the application of moral values are problems, and one is not clear of the immediate choice or solution of the problem. So this will lead to the engineer to be in a confusion to decide or to come to a solution for a particular problem. For example, law means there is only one answer. There is only one answer when asked about a law. But when asked about some assertions or some questions, reasoning on questions, a person may arrive with one or more ideas. So that is actually an example for dilemma, moral dilemma. So the moral reasons could be rights, duties, goods, or obligations. So these situations do not mean that things had gone wrong, but they only indicate the presence of moral complexity. So only when there is complexity, this dilemma arises. So this makes the decision making complex. So situations leading to moral dilemmas. Okay. So these moral dilemmas, first we should know that it has two or more foldings. It might be due to the duties, the rights, and moral obligations, goods, and ideals which come into disagreement with each other. So one moral principle can have two or more conflicting applications for a particular given situations. So the types of complexities arises due to three reasons: vagueness, conflicting reasons, and disagreement. So first we see vagueness. So vagueness, this arises due to the fact that it is not clear to individual as to which moral consideration or principles apply to their situations. For a particular situation, which moral principle should be applied. So this is vagueness. Okay. So one is unable to distinguish between good and bad principle. or good means an action that is obligatory. For example, code of ethics specifies that one should obey the laws and follow the standards, refuse bribe or accept the gift and maintain confidentiality. So there is some vagueness here, whether to refuse a bribe or accept the gift and maintain confidentiality. So the problem of conflicting reason. So second complexity is conflicting reason. So one is unable to choose between two good moral solutions. One has to fix priority through knowledge or value system. So the problem of the third one is the problem of disagreement. There may be two or more solutions and none of them mandatory. These solutions may be better or worse in some respects, but not in all aspects. One has to interpret it, apply different moral reasons, and analyze and rank the decisions. Select the best suitable under the existing and the most probable conditions. So these three are the types of complexities which arises to moral dilemma: vagueness, conflicting reasons, and disagreement. So how to solve this dilemma? So first step is identify the relevant moral factors and reasons. So next is you have to collect all the information, data, and facts pertinent to that factor, moral factor involved. Then rank the moral consideration in the order of their importance as they apply to the particular situation. Then you have to generate alternative courses of action to resolve the dilemma. And next is you have to discuss with colleagues. After generating the alternative courses of action, you have to discuss with colleagues and obtain their perspectives, priorities, and suggestions on various alternatives. And then finally, you have to decide upon a final course of action based on the priority fixed or assumed. So we saw what the moral dilemma, the complexities which has arisen, and how to solve it. So next is moral autonomy. Moral autonomy is actually self-governing or self-determining and act independently. It is defined as moral autonomy is defined as decisions and actions exercised on the basis of moral concern for other people and recognition of good moral reasons. Alternatively, moral autonomy means self-determinant or independent. The autonomous people hold moral beliefs and attitudes based on their critical reflection rather than on passive adoption of the conventions of the society or profession. So they have their own beliefs and attitudes. They are very independent in making their decisions. Of course, they consider the moral values also. Moral autonomy may also be defined as a skill and the habit of thinking rationally about the ethical issues on the basis of moral concern. So if management views profitability is more important than consistent quality and retention of the customers, that discourage the moral autonomy. Engineers are compelled to seek the support from their professional society and outside organizations for moral support. So next we'll see the various moral theories which has been proposed. First one is Kohlberg's theory. So these are moral development theories, Kohlberg's theory. So in Kohlberg's, he suggested there are 3 levels of moral development based on the type of reasoning and motivation of the individuals in response to moral questions. So the 3 stages are pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. So this Kohlberg theory, it focuses on how the judgments are made, by considering the younger children. They are making judgments based on the consequences that might occur. So he proposed that younger children make judgment based on the consequences that might occur, and older children, they make judgments based on their intuitions. This is the essence of Kohlberg's theory. So first stage is pre-conventional. So in pre-conventional level, this is actually the first level of moral thinking. This is found at elementary school level. And the right conduct for an individual is regarded as whatever directly benefits oneself. So at this level, individuals are motivated by obedience or the desire to avoid punishment or to satisfy their own needs. So the two, again, 2 substages in this pre-conventional level is, one, to avoid punishments, okay, and the second one is to satisfy their own needs, so, or their self-interest. All young children exhibit this tendency. That is, in elementary level, they exhibit. So their thinking will be to avoid punishments and to satisfy or their own needs or their self-interest. So conventional level. So this is the second level. So here the people respect the law and authority, and this is actually found at the primary level. Then they think or they behave based on pleasing others. They want to please others. So that is conventional. And the 2 substages in that is getting people to like them and also to maintain the functioning of the society. So they will also respect the law and authority, and also they will try to please others. So next is post-conventional level. This is the third level, which is followed in high school. So here the people begin to account for different values, opinions, and beliefs for other people. That is, this is the third level where again there are 2 substages. They reject the rigidity of laws, and they have some sense of justice. They think on their own, and they have some sense of justice. So based on this, they have their moral thinking and their behavior. So Kohlberg's, this is an example of Kohlberg's theory. Pain steals the drug. In Europe, a woman was near death from a special kind of cancer. There was one drug that the doctors thought might save her. It was a form of radium that a druggist in the same town had recently